that bad.
I am back in the building. Jason will be joining me soon. He's taking care of some business. But for now, y'all gonna have to just deal with yours truly. I am back. Greg of the Angry Man Podcast. Yes, I am back this Sunday, and we are about to get into it. But before we do that, I want to give some love to the people that support the channel. First and foremost, Rock Dog Interactive. If you need anything relative to graphics design, logo design, anything of that nature, reach out to Rock Dog Interactive or reach out directly to me. I can get you hooked up with Rock Dog Interactive because they got what you need. So make sure you check out Rock Dog Interactive. Black Father Figures, that is the legal legacy. I always got to give salute to my brother for making sure that black fathers are recognized out into our communities because we don't get enough recognition in the community. It's all about the mothers for some reason, but black fathers do matter as well. So shout out to the legal legacy for the work he's doing in the community. And then www.Nadaj Vodka. I'm drinking on a little bit of Nadaj Vodka right now because it was a tremendous night in boxing. So make sure you go check out www.nadajvodka.com. Black owned, out of Jacksonville, Florida, in select stores in Florida. So make sure you go check it out. www.nadajvodka.com. Whew. All right, man. Now that we've done all that, we got 46 people in the building, but only 13 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Smash the like button if you are in the building, so other people can find this content. And let's go ahead and jump right into it. I was really thinking about doing one of my rants. One of my Sunday morning or Saturday afternoon rants, whatever you want to call it, late Friday afternoon rants, whatever you want to call them. But I decided not to. I said I was going to save all of my energy and all my fervor for the 4 p.m. Sunday show. So that's what I'm going to do. But before I jump into it, man, let me go ahead and see who in the building because I saw some people saying shout out. Lil J, salute. Yeah, Lil J, you now know how it feels. But it's a little bit different for you, Lil J, because Jason and I, we were familiar with Terence Crawford and understood that Errol Spence could lose, but apparently nobody believed that that Devin Haney could lose to Ryan Garcia. So I would say that your pain is probably greater than ours. Salute. The Keggy is in the building. Shout out to the Keggy. Gina is in the building, a member of AM Sports Media, the Angry Man Podcast. Think about becoming a member, guys. $2.99 a month. It really does help the channel out. It helps us bring you this content, and it helps us to produce this content. So think about becoming a member. Who else we got in the building? All things salute. Barbara D. What's going on, Barbara D? Brandon House is in the building. Uppercuts Boxing. We have Brian S. What's going on with your fam? John Mack. Jay Measy is in the building. D-Town Funk. What's going on with your fam? And who else we got? Let's see. Andre Noble. What's going on with your fam? $2. Devin got destroyed. F that. Do it, fam. I got to do it. Larry Lopez. What's going on with you? All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Guys, I did a poll probably about 2 months or so ago. And I said, is Greg a hater relative to Terence Crawford? Now, I know a lot of you think I'm a Terence Crawford hater, and that's fine with me. I don't have any problem with that. A lot of you guys think I'm an asshole, and it's true. I am, so I don't have a problem with you guys feeling that I'm an asshole. But there were a lot of people in the comment section saying, Greg, you know what? You also hate on Devin Haney. You're a Devin Haney hater. You know, and then I saw subsequent videos where we were talking about Devin Haney and people talking about we are Devin Haney haters. Devin Haney haters. Greg is the one that said that Devin Haney beat Lomachenko, but somehow I am a Devin Haney hater. How is that possible? I've said this on multiple occasions. I like Bill Haney. I like what Bill Haney does for his son. I like how Bill Haney has been moving him. I like how Bill Haney has been promoting Devin. But two things can be true, right? They can be moving Devin in the correct way, meaning they are matching him with the necessary opponents to make him look a certain way, while also Devin having the best resume, while also liking Devin and Bill. Like, I keep trying to tell people, arguments and positions and how you see people are not binary. They're complex. And I see Devin Haney through a complex lens. I see Bill Haney through a complex lens. I think Bill is good for his son. I think Bill is good for boxing. I think Devin is good for boxing. But where did all this shit come from where all of a sudden, because he was able to beat Regis Prograis in the manner that he beat Regis Prograis, all of a sudden Devin Haney was unbeatable? I saw on the Porterway podcast, I couldn't believe it, Sean's Tale and Sean Porter coming out of their mouth saying that Devin Haney has reached a plateau. He's reached a level. He is at a stage of his career where it's going to be exceptionally hard to beat him. Why on earth would you think that? From one fight? Did you forget Lomachenko? Have we not actually witnessed Devin Haney as he matriculated through boxing? That's what I don't understand, because I didn't see anything really change from Devin Haney from the Linares fight all the way into what we saw last night. It's the same Devin Haney, except he's big as hell now. He's very big. He looks like a super middleweight now. But outside of that, it's the same old Devin Haney. He has not really progressed a whole lot. And so I was talking to Jason offline. I said to myself, I said, Jay, it'll be funny if he beat him tonight. It'll be very funny. I said, Jay, you know what? I'm very sleepy. I told Jason this last night. I'm very sleepy. I actually want to go to bed. But you know what? I'm going to stay up and make sure that I watch this fight, because there is a high probability, or there's a good chance that Ryan could pull something off, because he has the pop to do it. And that's all I thought he needed, was the pop to do it. But I'm going to tell you something. I didn't think it was going to be as easy as it was. Devin Haney lost to a dude that's been drinking Hennessy and popping Mollies all during camp. That's who he lost to. That's who he lost to. All Ryan had to do last night was literally, and those of you, I pinned the Discord to the top of the chat because we were typing it up last night talking about this fight. And those of you who were in the Discord could win. You can vouch for me. I said at the beginning of the fight, all Ryan has to do is walk to him. That's it. He's having success walking to him. The issue that he started having was when he started to wait for Devin. Why are you waiting for Devin? Just walk to him. He doesn't have anything to hurt you. Just walk to him. Every time this man walked to Devin Haney and released his hands through his punches, he may didn't get him in the first punch. He may didn't connect on the second punch. But that third and fourth and fifth one always connected. Every single time it connected. And it's interesting. Hold up. I see Jay trying to get up in the building. So let me see if I can get Jay off in here. Jason, what's going on with your fam? You look grainy there. You look grainy, but you in here. You in here. I was just talking. I'm on my rant, Jay, so I can't let you disturb me.
Internet.
No, don't worry about it. I can't let you disturb me, though. I got to keep going. Every time Ryan stepped to this man, he laid hands on him. Every single time he laid hands on him. And it was easy work. All he had to do was step to him and throw his hands. Devin, I like Devin. I'm not saying he doesn't have some level of skill, but Devin is mostly a jab and reflexes. Jab, reflexes. Jab, reflexes. He does not fight inside. He does when someone is on the attack, Devin goes into a shell. That's why I was saying, if he wanted to stop Devin's offense, all he had to do was throw. The reason why he couldn't throw as much as he wanted to throw was because he didn't train the way he was supposed to train. And because he didn't train in the manner that he was supposed to train, that is the reason why he was unable to throw as many punches. If Ryan Garcia had came into that fight prepared as he should, because a lot of people talking about 3.2 pounds. Oh, the weight. It was the weight. If he would have came in and trained the way that he was supposed to, he would have lost the weight, but he would have been a lot more active. And tell me, Jay, let me know, at what point in Ryan Garcia's career have you ever seen him not have power in his left hook, regardless of what weight he was at?
Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly. He was going to have power in his left hook regardless. The issue wasn't the fact that he came in 3.2 pounds over and that he had more, he was bigger and stronger. The problem was Devin couldn't stop from getting hit with the damn punch. Devin let a dude that didn't even properly prepare come in and beat him. So the issue didn't have anything to do with weight. Hold up. You know what, Jay? Let me back up. Because I'm going to go ahead and co-sign with all the Devin Haney fans that want to talk all to make all these comments about it's weight. I'm a co-sign. You're right. It is weight. It was weight. Because weight is a determining factor when you are a C-class fighter. When you are a C-level fighter, weight becomes an issue. If you're an elite fighter and you're fighting against a guy that only has one weapon, his weight doesn't matter because you're going to take away that one weapon. His weight wouldn't matter. But because you are not an elite fighter, 3.2 pounds could matter. You feel me, Jay? So it is what it is. Devin got the stone beat out of him. And I was not shocked about it. You and I talked about it leading up to the fight. I think you weren't in here with Jay when I was talking about that. Leading up to the fight, we talked about it. I said it would be funny if he beat him. I said to myself, the only thing that I believe that really hinders him from beating him is the fact that he just simply he won't have the stamina, because I think he's going to end up falling apart. And I'm going to tell you something, Jay. Ryan was there for the falling apart. He was there to fall apart. He could have fallen apart with the right opponent in front of him, but he didn't have an A-class fighter in front of him. He had Devin Haney. That was the problem. He had Devin Haney. So, I'm not trying to knock Devin. Devin needs a new trainer. Devin's dad is not the business. He needs a new trainer. I see somebody, original American, saying they need to run it back. Run it back. Ryan's going to do the same thing to him. Ryan's going to do it to him again because Devin can't take a punch. Devin can't take a punch, Jay. So I've been on a rant. I know I got a lot to get on my chest. I'm gonna go ahead and let you jump in because I've been on a rant. What's your thoughts, Jay? You there?
Yeah. Well, first off, appreciate the $2 tunnel. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So I saw Tunnel put in there. So no, Tunnel, I'm not coddling Devin. I never coddled Devin anyway from the beginning. I said he took a bad deal beforehand, having to fight Kambosos twice and then Loma. That's what you're referring to. I never said anything about coddling Devin other than that, sir.
Ooh, Devin.
But no, I didn't think Ryan. Man, stop that shit, man. Don't stop that shit, man. It's bad enough I got this shitty ass hotel internet right now. I'm already bothered, so don't start. All right, start no shit. Don't start no shit. Won't be no shit.
Okay.
But, no, Devin got caught with a left hook that the one trick pony he did over and over again. Over and over again. He said he had one trick, and he got hit by that trick every damn time. He fell for it. How the hell you fall asleep to the one punch that you say this guy has? You knew about it, obviously. Evidently, you knew about it. Everybody knew about it. But first round, and you get rocked. First round, I'm like, oh shit, this is over already. I'm mad I ain't placed a bet. Because I damn sure didn't think Ryan could win by decision.
I didn't either.
I didn't think he would win by. I thought he would win by knockout. I thought it'd be a knockout if he did.
It should have been a knockout.
It should have been a knockout several times. That fight could have been stopped at several rounds. You know, I still don't agree with the way Ryan went about his training camp. That just lets you know he really didn't take Devin seriously. For him to be talking about he was drinking during the week, staying up late, and all that type of shit there, that lets you know he really didn't take Devin seriously. You know, I thought Devin would be smarter just to avoid that left hook, but obviously he couldn't do it from the round one. and then he took over rounds 2 through like 6, and that was mainly due to what Ryan wasn't doing. And I'm not saying Ryan's a world-class fighter neither, but Devin got exposed even more than what he had been beforehand. I thought he had been a couple things with Devin before. I thought he had been more defensively responsible because he's also fighting people that were perfectly matched for him as well. So it's easier to stay defensively responsible when you're fighting people that aren't going to press you like that. Regis had the power, but he didn't have the foot speed nor the reach or anything of that matter. Ryan had the speed and the power. And Devin already knew this. He fought the dude 6 times already, man. How you don't know this?
Man, Jason, Ryan came in fresh off of an alcohol and drug bin and beat him into the dirt.
Put him in. I give Devin credit for getting his ass up over and over again.
He can take a beating.
He was complaining about holding.
He can take a beating.
He took a hell of a beat. He took a hell of a beat. So I give him credit for getting back up for this shit. But man, I'm mad. Like John Mack and I were talking to the score. None of us thought it would be a decision. We're like, man, the odds are really good for a payout. If we were to place that bet, we're like, man, I don't want to waste my money on that. But I was gonna bet for a knockout. So I'm glad I didn't, because I would have lost on that. I missed out on the other bet though, betting for the decision just because it was like a 9%. It was like a low odds on that, but you got a major payout. But nah, man. I mean, for all the Tank detractors, I hope y'all can just shut up about that shit saying, oh, Devin's this. I'm not doing no trial theory, but Devin wouldn't beat Tank, and y'all know it. Tank wasn't scared of Devin neither, and y'all know that shit too. So if Ryan was hurting him with just a little left hook, he can knock Tank would have put Devin in the dirt, man. It wouldn't have been nice. And Devin was never the face of boxing. He wasn't in discussion of face of boxing. Also, I want to know, how did the pay-per-view sales do? Did they hit 1.5 million, 1.2 million, 100,000, 150, 250, 300? What did they hit? It wasn't a sellout. The sellout was 16,000. They sold 14,000. Suppose they sold 14,000 tickets. That's what was the attendance, rather. That was the attendance, not necessarily what they sold. They could have given some away, for all we know. But the fight card was trash overall. Conwell is a good fighter. He did well. I want to see more of him. Barboza, oh my Lord. That fight put me straight to sleep. I damn near missed the Devin and Ryan fight because of that fight. It was so trash. But I give Devin credit for getting his ass up. I give Ryan credit for just handling his business, doing what he was supposed to do in the ring once he got in the ring. But Devin made it easy for him as well. He didn't keep that hand up. I was sitting there like, oh shit, man. But all the Devin Haney fans, y'all need to chill with that shit, man. Chill with him being he's the best ever. He was never the best ever. He's a good fighter, yes, but he was never the best ever. Stop that shit.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, we got 189 people in the building, 40 likes. Guys, make sure you smash the like button so other people can find this content. Make sure you smash the like button so other people can find this content. Smash it, smash it, smash it. It is free. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast and Sports Media. Jason and I are always dropping boxing-related content on a regular basis, so make sure you become a subscriber. Subscribers, think about becoming members. It's $2.99 a month, and it does help the channel. It helps us to produce this great content that you guys are seeing on a regular basis. So make sure that you think about becoming a member. And we got the Discord also pinned to the top. So if you're thinking about you want to talk about boxing or anything of that nature, join the Discord, because we're always talking boxing in there as well. Jay, how is it possible that this man let a dude come fresh off of a party? Ryan Garcia was out till 2, 3 in the morning the night before, man, drinking Hennessy all night, and walked right in there fresh off the streets, man, fresh out of his club clothes, and whooped his ass. I mean, he literally came straight to the arena out of his club clothes, changed clothes, and whooped his ass. What is that? I mean, Devin was talking all about his professionalism and things of that nature, and people are talking about, and I'm not trying to take anything from Ryan Garcia, man, but let's keep it real, dog. Ryan Garcia was not better than he was against even Gervonta Davis. His footwork looked atrocious. That Philly roll that he was doing was awful. He was hesitant at times with a guy that didn't have a whole lot of power. He turned his back several occasions, and I know a lot of people want to complain about the fact that he turned his back as though that was the reason why Devin Haney lost. No, Devin Haney lost because he couldn't block a damn shot. He couldn't get out of the way of the left hook that he said that's all the man had. So at the end of the day, I'm thinking about this, right? And you got people in the comment section, Jay, they get mad at me because in the title of one of the videos that we did, I think I was the only one that did this one. I said that, he was a C-class fighter. But how else am I supposed to describe Devin Haney outside of or other than a C-class fighter when he described Ryan as a C-class fighter and he lost to him? Ryan. I mean, he got beat up by him. How else can I describe him as anything other than a C-class fighter, right? And I hate to say that, but somebody tell me what skill Devin masquerades, and he gives, well, I don't want to say masquerade. He gives the perception of a defensive fighter. He gives that perception. You would think he's a defensive fighter when you see him, the movements, everything appears to be a defensive fighter, but he's really not a defensive fighter, Jay, because he doesn't have that kind of defense. You know how Floyd can go from defense to offense very quickly. I don't consider someone who just kind of goes up into a shell as a defensive fighter. And I saw Antonio Tarver last night. He was talking about skill set. And he's been talking about this for the last several months, that a lot of these fighters don't have the skill set. And he's right. And there was somebody else that was talking about this, Jay, and they were talking about this new generation of fighters where they kind of fight in this Mayweather-esque type style, but it's only bits and pieces of Mayweather. It's not necessarily the essence of what Mayweather was, but it's just kind of these bits and pieces of what they're doing to try to look like Mayweather. And that is what is creating an issue for these guys, because they're not truly, and I'm not going to name another fighter because there's another fighter that pops to my mind, even though I think this fighter is a good fighter. But they have these styles that's kind of like, trying to pot shot, that kind of stuff. And, some of them could be considered defensive fighters. But when you look at them, a real defensive fighter is somebody that can transition but from the defense to the offense and from the offense to the defense and prevent somebody from getting off on them. Devin just goes into a shell. And he doesn't punch, and that's the reason why I said if Ryan would have had a higher work rate, the fight wouldn't have even got through 6 rounds. Devin got knocked down several times in round 7. It wasn't just one knockdown. He got hit, then he grabbed, and then he should have ended up going down, but he was holding on to Ryan. So at the end of the day, Devin is who I thought he was, and I think a lot of people thought he was, and now all of a sudden I can't find a Devin Haney fan. I can barely find one now. They were all in my comment section, Jay, before, ridiculing us, saying that we were this and we were hating this and we were hating that just because we were giving our opinion. And Jason's internet is god awful today. I don't know what's going on with this brother's internet, but it is god awful. But he's not what people think he was, and that's simply what it was. Let me see. I think Jay might have just peed me. Jason said he's just gonna shut the video down. All right, Jay, go ahead and shut the video down, and maybe we'll just go with your audio. Can we just go with your audio, Jay? Are you there? Let's see if we'll just be able to go with your audio. But yeah, at the end of the day, Devin just wasn't what he wasn't what a lot of us knew he was. A lot of us knew he wasn't, what people were saying he was, but I just don't know how we got there. I really don't know how all of a sudden we got to Devin Haney is the face of boxing and the best thing smoking and all this other stuff because he beat Regis Prograis. Like, come on, guys. And I agree, Jake. It was an absolutely great fight. I really enjoyed the fight. A tremendous fight. But that's what ends up happening when you have fighters at a similar level. When you have two elite fighters, you'll have an excellent fight. 2 B fighters, excellent fight. In this particular case, we had 2 C fighters, according to Devin Haney, because Ryan is a C fighter, and because he lost to Ryan, and he's also a C fighter. So it is what it is. And chat, tell me, am I the ass for thinking that way? Am I the asshole for thinking that way? Let me know. Because I really do want to know if I'm the one that's being the ass for thinking in the way that I think about Devin Haney. I just feel that he is a C-class fighter with potential to be a lot better, but he's not there right now. I don't know what's going on with Jason, man. He might be out of here, man. Y'all might just be stuck with me. I don't know. But let me see what the chat got to say here, man. Nope, no sir. We got behind Devin because he was making fights we want to see, not because he was unbeatable. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad at that. Bro got reach and no work and no power. Bad defense. It's time for Devin to humble himself and find out what he needs to do to work on to be coming back. We don't want to see another hug. Yep, I agree. No thinking it's a crime. Think on LL Music, $4.99. Appreciate you, fam. Haney was 165 versus Prograde. Now the Hanos clan saying K. Garcia is a weight bully. The Dream got his ass whooped by the King, and Bud is next. And that's facts. That's the part that's so perplexing, right? It's like now all of a sudden weight is an issue. But when Devin came in at super middleweight, no one wanted to hear that versus Prograde. Why is weight all of a sudden an issue? And if Devin was and why people don't want to hear nothing about weight when it comes to Devin, at least Devin fans, versus Gervonta Davis. But all of a sudden, now that Ryan came in 3.2 pounds heavier, now all of a sudden weight is one of the most important things that we need to talk about now. It's amazing how the narratives and the conversations change. And that's one of the things that always bothers me about certain fans is that I hate inconsistent arguments. If you consistently are okay with having weight gaps, then that's what it is. Don't complain when it doesn't go your man's way. If you consistently are against that, then be that way. Don't be upset when it goes against your man. Devin, 3.2 pounds, as I mentioned before, does not matter. Ryan Garcia was going to have power in his left hand, whether he was 135, 138, 140, 143. It didn't matter. He was going to have power in his left hand. That was going to exist because that is who Ryan Garcia is. That's who he is. That's who he's always been. That's who he will remain to be. And Devin Haney, understanding that was the literally the only weapon supposedly that Ryan Garcia had, yet he could not stop that punch from landing. Literally got clocked with that punch within the first 60 seconds of the fight. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. That tells you that Devin is not elite. And now I'm wondering what some of these YouTube channels are going to say. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A lot of the reason why we started this channel, it was to build community between boxing fans. That's why we got the Discord. We love talking about boxing, even if you don't agree with what we say. We recognize your opinion and we like it. But a lot of these boxing channels, dog, are channels that are bitches. They are paid, they are bought and paid for by certain fighters. And I can tell you that right off rip. And you can tell in the manner in which they cover the sport, in the manner in which they talk about specific fighters, things that don't even make any sense. So I'm wondering now, with some of these channels, and I'm not going to name any channels because I don't want no content creator beef, but I wonder what some of these channels are not going to say in regards to Devin Haney as it relates to, I guess, the Devin Haney era, if you will. These guys have really no scruples, and I feel fortunate that Jason and I, although the channel definitely needs your contributions, I won't lie about that, because at the end of the day, the contributions are what drives the channel. It's how we run the channel. But at the end of the day, Jason and I don't rely on YouTube to actually pay our bills. And because of that, our souls cannot be bought. And trust me when I tell you that people have tried to influence what we put on our channel, and it has never worked, and it never will. Whatever we say on our channel is authentic, and it's what we believe. And we are happy to allow other people to come on here and be authentic and share what they believe. So my belief is Devin is between a rock and a hard place. And this is what I talked about. This was probably 4 months ago. I talked about this. I said, what is Devin Haney going to do? Because he's between a rock and a hard place. Shakur Stevenson being that rock and 140 being that hard place. And I just didn't feel like he could beat Shakur because Shakur was a lefty and he struggled with left-hand fighters. And if Lomachenko gave him problems, then Shakur was probably also going to give him problems. And then moving up to 140, I felt that division, because he didn't have power and I thought he had holes and deficiencies in his game, that there could be some issues at 140. Now, it's interesting because it was delayed by one fight because Regis just so happened to be a 140-pounder with a title that was a perfect match and fit for Devin Haney stylistically. And that is the reason why I tell Jay, man, stop talking about guys being champions and da-da-da-da-da. And the guy's a champion. All that stuff don't really matter because sometimes you can just get positioned as a champion just by virtue of just circumstances. But that proverbial rock in a hard place came one fight later, and now Devin is right there now. They're going to match him with Sandor Martin because that makes the most sense, because Ryan's not going to rematch him next unless he gets a boatload of money. And Sandor Martin makes sense because he's a light punching guy and they'll be dancing around the ring in boxing. That's one that Devin can pull off. But I tell you something, when they put Devin back into the ring with a guy that he can't just simply stay away from by using his jab, and he has any kind of zip or pop on his punch, Devin will be in trouble again. Mark my words. Let me go up here and check out what my boy Tunnel sent. $5 Tunnel, appreciate you. Yes, weight is an issue. It's not fake if Devin doesn't have a 10 to 15 plus weight advantage. Devin has a limited bag. Dad, he figured him out. Yep. Yeah, exactly. He was figured out. He definitely got a limited bag. His bag has always been somewhat limited. Devin is not a great counterpuncher. He does not transition from defense to offense very well. He relies heavily on his reflexes, and he has an amazing jab. But when you can jab with him and you can reach him from range, you can give him, especially if you got power, you can give him problems because he has a lot of holes in his defense. Somebody said the boxing voice. I don't know those brothers. I mean, I heard people call him the Haney voice. But I don't watch their shows, so I can't comment. But I do know that there's other content creators, some that are quite large, that do a lot of, that you can tell that their comments are not genuine. It's not what they believe. And I hope that you guys, even though you may agree or disagree with Jason and I hope that you can tell that our opinions and what we think, they are legitimate and authentic. And you can tell when a lot of these guys' opinions are not legitimate and authentic. They are bought for and paid by certain entities within the sport. So, and that's part of the reason why we started the channel. We're not as big as them, but we hope to get there someday so we can have just as much of an influence in terms of talking in the sport as they do. Let's see what else we got here. I just want to go through these chats real quick. Watch for the hook, $2. I got Bud versus Spence flashbacks watching this fight. Devin Haney got beat the hell up, and I think I think it was worse than. Was it worse than Spence? He took more damage than Spence because, man, his face was jacked. I did think his jaw was broken. Captain DGAF. Even Tyson Fury got hit with the same right hand that he knew was coming. Knowing and doing is different. Ryan wasn't going to be denied. I hear you, Captain. I get your logic. I disagree. But I do get your logic in what you're saying there. So what's next? What's next for Devin? Like I said, Sandor Martin, but I want to transition a little bit to what's next for Jay. Are you there? Sound like I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is this something you want to share?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the camera off still.
Okay.
I just tuned back in. I heard you say what's next for Devin.
Yeah. But before you
go, for Devin, he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I mean, we talked about that a while back.
Yeah. You there? Anyway, guys, we got 253 people in the building, 91 likes. Guys, if you're in the building, smash the like button. Smash the like button so people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, L Sports Media. Jason and I are always dropping boxing-related content on a regular basis. We do clips, we do interviews, we do documentaries. We do it all relative to boxing. So make sure you check us out. Become a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, think about becoming a member. $2.99 a month. It does help us to run this channel. I think Jason and I bring amazingly produced content. I hope you feel the same, but it's because of the people that support the channel. So think about becoming a member because it does help us to do that. So Jay, I dropped a video a little while ago, and it was in regards to Jaron Ennis. So Ryan Garcia is getting hyped up, dog. He is getting hyped up. He is now calling out Jaron Boots Ennis. He says he want Boots, Jay. And we saw what his dad had to say when he was walking and talking to Eddie Hearns. He got, his nuts was hanging pretty low when he first walked in there and was cursing out Eddie Hearns. And then at the point when Eddie Hearns answered his question in regards to what fighter he had for his son, and Eddie Hearns said, I got Jaron Boots Ennis. And then he got his mind correct very quickly. How they say it in New Orleans, got your mind right. He got his mind right very quickly. And he walked back over there and shook that man's hand because you know what? He understands exactly what Jaron Boots Ennis is. And that would be a public lynching. It would be a public execution. That's exactly what it would be. Because all that shit that he was getting away with Devin, in terms of turning his back and waiting, even if he's aggressive against Boots, Boots can actually counter. Boots doesn't shell up. Boots can actually counter. Boots can actually go from defense to offense and counter you. He would knock Ryan Garcia into another dimension. And I think Ryan's feeling himself. I think this could actually end up, it was beneficial for Ryan in this particular fight. I think it could actually end up being the detriment to Ryan, because if Ryan continues to go down this path, he's going to find out very quickly that if you get the right opponent in the ring with you and you try something like this, you are going to get blazed. And Jaron Boots Ennis is the right opponent. You will absolutely get obliterated if he were to get into the ring with Jaron Ennis. Jay, I don't know if you're still there or have an opinion on it. Doesn't look, yeah, it looks like Jay is not there. But Jaron Ennis is just way, way, way too much for bruh. I mean, did you guys, and I'm going to the chat right now, how many of y'all, because I'm sure we got 270 people in the building. If the 270, we only got 108 likes. Go smash that like button. Smash that like button. But out of the 270, I know it's some of y'all that feel like Ryan Garcia put on an excellent performance, a performance that was way above what he normally does. I'm telling you, that's the same old Ryan Garcia. But if you think he put on this excellent performance, one that was well above what we would have ever expected out of his level of skill, if that's the case, then do you believe that he can put on that same performance against Jaron Ennis? I want to know. Because I would tell you that is the same old Ryan Garcia, and he gets smoked like a blunt. He was smoking on that Devin Haney pack last night. Well, Boots will be smoking on that Ryan Garcia pack quick. What's going on? What's going on, chat? What it is? Let Him Cook may not come on today. I don't know. He might come on. We'll see. We'll see. Nobody wants that boot smoke. I don't know, man. Ryan kind of crazy, man. Ryan actually could go out there and try to give him a chance. Yo, Greg, T.O. beats Dev, right? Absolutely. Absolutely, T.O. beats Dev. Dev, listen, man. I like when people talk about Terence Crawford. We got a lot of Terence. It's interesting because people call us Terence Crawford haters, but man, I would venture to say that half of our channel are Terence Crawford fans. And when Terence Crawford fans are on this channel and they tell me, they say, you know what? They say Bud can do this, Bud can do that, Bud can do this, Bud can do that. And I will make the joke, yep, Bud can leap buildings in a single bound. I'll make that joke. But guess what? I understand why they are positioned in the way that they are positioned as it relates to Terence Crawford. Because as we said multiple occasions on this channel, regardless of what people believe we say, we've said it on multiple occasions on this channel that that Terence Crawford is an elite fighter. We just thought that we leaned toward Errol Spence to win that fight, 51-49. But he is an absolute elite fighter. I did not understand the Devin Haney fans. There was nothing that indicated that Devin Haney was an elite fighter. Nothing. There was virtually nothing that indicated that he was an elite fighter. Yet, for some reason, we got so much slack and hate and pushback for actually saying things that were nice. And that is the reason why I'm taking the position that I'm taking today. And I know some of you would say, Greg, you're being an asshole. And I would agree with you. I would concur with you. I am being an asshole. And I don't have a problem with being an asshole, because I'm being an asshole because I feel like we got ripped in our comment sections for saying things like, we like Bill Haney. We like what he's doing for his son's career. We like everything about that tandem. We like how he's promoting and keeping Devin's name relatively hot. But Devin has benefited from who he's been in the ring with. We think he has the best resume, but still we see some gaps. We see some things that are just not quite right with Devin Haney. We got crucified for just saying that. So in this day and age, if you're not just simply giving fighters superlatives and saying everything that's favorable and or positive about a fighter, then you are labeled a hater. And that's one of the things that I can't stand too. That's number 2 of what I can't stand. I can't stand mofos that cannot stay with a consistent argument. And I cannot stand mofos that label anyone and everyone, shout out to 2 Cent Boxing, a hater just because you do not perfectly align with their rationale or thought. I cannot stand that. That really pisses me off. So I'm not trying to trash Devin. Let me see. I think I see somebody here saying we trashing Devin Haney. I ain't trashing Devin. Did somebody say Haney trash, pack him up? Oh, no, you just saying Haney trash, pack him up. Okay. Ryan and Dev stuck, Greg. Absolutely. They both stuck. Because neither one of them are 147 pounders when it relates to either speed, speed, they're fine. Power, Ryan's probably okay. Devin is not. But skill, Ryan doesn't have the skill. I think the average 147 pounder will beat Ryan. So they're going to have to match them carefully. They would have to match Ryan and Devin with mediocre 147 pounders. I thought it was laughable when after they beat Regis Prograis, when they started talking about Boots. I was like, Boots would kill this dude. Boots would literally kill this dude. I couldn't believe they were even bringing this guy's name up. Ryan will be okay at 147. 2 Cent Boxing, it depends on who he's fighting. Because his skill set is not there. His footwork was absolutely awful last night. It was terrible. Ryan beats 95% of boxers. Devin beats 95% of boxers. Oh, you're saying Ryan beats 95% of boxers. Devin beats 95% of fighters. I don't know about that. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I think you have a perfectly fine argument. I just don't agree with it. Jay, $4.99 from Jay. Y'all always gave Devin critique. Jay. So I don't know exactly what you mean by that. But Jay, would you say that the critique has been fair? Because I think we said that we like Bill Haney. Tell me if I'm wrong, but we said we like Bill Haney. We like Devin. We had him beating Lomachenko. We like what Bill is doing for his son's career. And we said that we believe that he had the best resume out of those guys at 140 and 135. However, that he has benefited from some favorable matchmaking. We've said all that. Fair critique. Okay, I appreciate that, Jay. I appreciate that. I thought it was fair as well. I like Devin, but I saw some holes. We don't, Kaiser Media say we don't like his fans. I feel that. There's some Terence Crawford fans that be getting on my nerves too. I ain't gonna lie, some of them be working my nerves, boy. They still be hitting me up. They still be messaging me, tagging me in messages on Twitter and stuff, talking about Crawford and Spence. I just know that. Somebody gotta do something about Jose Sosa. Somebody gotta do something about Jose Sosa. I don't know what Jose. I'm joking. Don't nobody touch Jose Sosa. I'm just calling out his comment. FSU is trash. Jose Sosa, come on, man. You talking crazy now. You talking crazy. He just coming here just taking shots. He talking crazy. Devin YouTubers channels didn't come on last night. Yeah, I bet you they didn't. I'm sure that they didn't. But yeah, man. I think I told Jason, maybe, I'm trying to remember what round it was. I was like, he's gonna win this fight. I think it was right after the seventh round, because I had it 4-2 Devin after 6. When Ryan dropped him in the 7th, I was like, Ryan's gonna win this fight, because Devin doesn't have anything left. Everything he was throwing. Did you guys see what Devin was throwing? Even when he was throwing the body shots, they looked soft as hell. Those were some of the softest punches I'd ever seen in my life. I couldn't believe how much he lacked power. Awful. July 29th, 2023. Never forget, chat. Captain DGFF. We gotta do something about him, man. He just won't quit. Those punches, those were some of the softest punches I've seen out of a 140 pounder, man. It was like, you know, when Ryan turned to the side and Devin decided he was just gonna keep punching, and he was desperate. And Ryan just turned around and clipped him. I mean, it's Devin. Now, can Devin come back? I want to go there with you guys right now. Can Devin come back? Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible that Devin can come back. But guys, and I want to see what you guys got to say in the chat. But before I see what you guys got to say in the chat, we got 240 in the building, but only 134 likes. Smash the like button, guys. Smash that like button for us so other people can find this content. Smash the like button. Don't make me turn into blue blood. I don't want to be blue blood. Man, where they do that at? Smash the like button. My peopleization. Smash the like button. All right. And also, if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media. We're always dropping boxing-related content, so make sure that you become a subscriber. And if you're a subscriber, make sure that you consider becoming a member. $2.99 a month. It helps the channel. We use that money to essentially produce this content. So we produce all kind of content. Make sure that you guys think about becoming members. We got to talk about, like, Devin needs another trainer, dog. I see some smiling emojis in there, man. Which y'all smiling? Leave Blue alone. Yeah, man. Blue gets serious about it. We gotta talk about just the trainer, right? Like, I don't know. I assume that Bill is the lead trainer, but at the end of the day, Devin is gapped, guys. Devin has been gapped for quite some time now, and I don't see him being much better than he was when he fought Linares, and he needs a new trainer. And so that's one of the polls that I'm going to end up putting up tomorrow. But certainly I want to get you guys' opinions today. Who does Devin Haney need to go to? He was with a defensive wizard in Floyd Mayweather Sr., and they left Floyd Mayweather Sr. for whatever reason. And we saw what Floyd Mayweather. Let me just pause and talk about this. Blue Ball Sports TV on Suicide Watch. Ooh, damn. All that comparison to Floyd Mayweather. There was never anything about Devin Haney that appeared to be like Floyd Mayweather. Not a single thing. At a lower weight class, at 135, Floyd could punch. Devin couldn't. Devin also has a lot of holes in his defense. Floyd didn't. Floyd could transition seamlessly from defense to offense. Devin couldn't. Yet, for some reason, somehow, some way, Devin Haney was starting to be compared to Floyd Mayweather. And I saw a tweet from Shakur Stevenson today. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. Tweet master extraordinaire. He said you're casuals if you're or if you're someone who is I guess piling on, if you will, relative to Devin Haney. He's not going to do that, because even though he doesn't like somebody, he's not going to do that. At what point did we enter into a society where when you are lacing yourself with your own superlatives, that it's not okay to get your ass ripped when the very thing that you said that you were the best at, you get annihilated in. Since when is that not fair game? Since when is that not fair game? These young fighters and young athletes in general, they come from a different generation of not being criticized. Man, we used to get talked about like a dog by our coach when we were 13 years old. My coach would call me a pussy when I was 13. And I had no problem with it. I ain't go home. Well, no problem in the sense that I wasn't about to go and cry to my mama. But when he said that to me, I got pissed. And now these days, you can't criticize fighters at all. You can't say nothing about a fighter. All you got to do, only thing you can do is lace them with superlatives. Listen, Jason and I have made ourselves public figures. It's not like we're famous or anything like that, but because we have a YouTube channel that almost has 16,000 subscribers. Shout out to AM Sports Media, because to be honest with you, it is quite difficult to grow a YouTube channel. Many people do not know this. I know a lot of people externally who pretend that they know how hard it is to grow a YouTube channel. You don't unless you do it. But Jason and I have made ourselves public figures. And because we've made ourselves public figures, people will rip our opinions, specifically if we get them wrong. And guess what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We get tore up in the comment section all the time. And on Twitter, man, ninjas be tagging me in Twitter tweets if I get something wrong. It don't bother me, dog. You're going to get criticized when you put yourself out there, you put your opinion out there in the public. That's just what it is. So Devin is now going to get criticized because that's what it is. He's going to get critiqued because they claim that he was the face of boxing and he was the number one fighter in the world. And he wasn't. It's not that you claim that you're the number one fighter in the world and you lose to a fighter, but you lose to a fighter that other people also think could be the number one fighter in the world. You lost to a guy that's not even close to being the number one fighter in the world, which makes your assertion that you were absolutely absurd. And that, my friend, will garner critique and criticism. It is what it is. So if I'm deemed a casual because I'm being critical of Devin Haney today, I wear it with a badge of honor. Because it's the casual fans that actually get these fighters that are calling fans casuals. That's how you get paid, ninja. Casuals. Because hardcore boxing fans, them the ninjas that are streaming. So make sure that you're aware of that, Shakur, before you make those statements. Oh, man, I just went out on a tangent, man. That just popped into my mind and it pissed me off when I saw it. All right, so Cordell Smith, 199. Appreciate you, Cordell. And some people said Dev beats Boost at 147. Shake my head. Facts. A ridiculous assertion. Makes absolutely no sense. And then David H, 199. You think Ryan held back from getting the KO? No, I think Ryan didn't have the stamina to put in enough work to knock him out. If Ryan could have kept up the pace, Ryan was actually a little bit nervous about what Devin could return fire with initially. When he started to realize that Devin really couldn't return fire with much, he started to throw. What he had issues with, though, is stamina. He could not continue to throw and keep up the pace because he did not really train. I'm telling you, Devin Haney got beat by a dude that left the club, walked into the arena, changed into his gear, and walked out there and whooped his ass. That's what happened. And then went out there and smoked a joint right afterwards. It's a damn shame, boy. A damn shame. Let's see what else we got in the chat before I open up the phone lines. I ain't pay for that shit at all. We gonna pay for it because we cover boxing, so we got to do it. But it's a tax write-off for us. LDBC fanboys on B Diddy payroll. Yep, I don't really know what LDBC is exactly, but I do know there's a lot of people that are on the payroll for sure. All right, man, let me go ahead and open up the phone lines because I've been talking a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm overwhelming y'all with all my talking. I don't like to talk too much, but you know, sometimes brother got to do what a brother got to do. Phone lines are open. And let me go ahead and get the number up. Can I get the number up? It is my guy, Walt's in the building. What's going on with you, Walt?
Should I play taps? I play taps? Because we need a moment of silence to the Devin Haney era. Because
I knew you.
Greg, I told you with the Lomachenko fight, he can't get away from a left hand. Even Terence was talking about it after the fight. And he said if he fought Tank, the night he fought Loma, he would have got knocked out because he can't get away from the left hand. And I've been on the same thing, y'all know, with Haney for how long, bro? Since I've been following this station.
Bro, I thought about you this morning. I said, man, Walt was spot on.
And for Haney fans, it's not like I'm saying Dev's a bum. I'm just saying he was never what they were making him out to be. You know, and it's like sitting back there last night, I was conflicted because I had him winning the fight. But as soon as I saw him hit him with that left hand, I was like, in Devin, when he came back, his comeback was that same old stuff, and it wasn't hurting Ryan. Like you said, Ryan's only fault last night was his stamina. If Ryan took that fight seriously as he took the Tank fight, he might have broke both jaws.
Yep.
Because he was hitting with the right hand too.
Yep.
And it's
facts.
In Tank, and you know, people still trying to, if he was Tank weight drained him. Ryan, the narrative that they keep lying about is Ryan had never fought at 140 pounds when he fought Tank. He fought at 138 against Platoon. So that's a bullshit narrative. And Tank beat Ryan with skill. Because that left hand, if you remember, the left hand he hit him with in the 7th round, Ryan threw that from the waist like he always used to do with his eyes closed.
Yep.
The first one he hit him with was the perfect one. That was the best right hand, left hook I seen him throw. He threw it over the top of Devin's jab. But that second one and the one after that and the last two, he threw from the hip. Anybody with defense would have caught that. And it's like, but the funniest thing, I watched the fight last night on one TV and on the other TV because I don't like to listen to the commentators. I was watching it on Fanon. I kept switching to Blue Blood. I kept switching to BF was at the fight, so he was there. And dude, when the 7th round, when he went down, Blue Blood and Boxing Boys, them dudes sat back in their chairs. They was like, oh my God. And it was like, it was vainglorious. That's how good it was, bro. It was vainglorious. It was because, and it's not because of Devin, it's because of Bill. Bill had made people wanted to see Devin lose at the thought play last night because of Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and then like to mention, I saw that clip too of Ryan Garcia's father yelling at Eddie Hearn, and he said, and as soon as he said "boo," he walked right up to him and apologized and shook his hand.
Mm-hmm. He went right up to him. He got his mind right.
And the only reason why Ryan's saying "boost," I guarantee you, like this morning and last night, because he got high at the party and people were gassing him up. He know he ain't gonna try to fight Boots next. That's suicide. Because that's not gonna be like Tank fighting him. Soon as the fight starts, what can he walk at Boots with? That speed thing ain't gonna happen. And everything Boots throws at him is gonna be like with speed and like with his either hand's gonna hurt him.
Yep. So
like. And then, like you said, people were bringing up, I told you this before, Devin Haney with Boots. That would be like taking that boy and having him walking off the plank. You know, and it's like, I'm happy today because it's like, for the fact that all this time people were telling me I didn't know what I was talking about when I was saying Devin wasn't that dude. Because I saw, and I said this to you before, his whole career was made up, beating up little guys, bro. Everybody he fought was smaller than him, so he had the advantage. He had the height, he had the length, and he had the weight so he could bully them. It's like, and you see when the only dude he fought who really had any crap was Lenoris, and Lenoris cracked him. If the bell doesn't ring and save him, Lenoris could have stopped him. It's like, so Ryan knew that too, because he probably, all them fights they had against each other, he knew with headgear on, Devin would get shook. So he was like, yo, like you said, this dude was out getting high. This dude, what was the dude's name who used to fight before that used to smoke cigarettes?
Mayorga.
It reminded me of the same thing.
Mayorga.
Because he looked at Devin Haney as food because he had to do the stuff he was doing.
Yep.
You know,
He looked at me
like,
straight food.
I just, you know, your boy let him cook and all that. He's gonna come over there. I guarantee it. They're gonna talk about the 3 pounds and all these different excuses. The only thing that you should be a man and just say yes. He got his ass whooped and he was never what you thought he was. And
Hey, listen.
And Blue Blood and them were talking about. He had Mickey Bay on him with him last night for the post fight, and they were talking about Dev could come back. And then Mickey Bay's like, I know some things he could work on, and Mickey Bay threw an excuse for Dev wasn't training like he usually trains. I was there a week ago. Like, all this stuff went in. I never heard none of that before this fight. They were all saying he was going to wash this dude. Exactly. And I ain't going to lie. I thought he was going to beat Ryan, but I didn't think he'd wash him. Because I think he would have to worry about the power the whole fight.
I didn't think
Ryan doesn't run out of power. He just runs out of spin.
I didn't think he was going to wash him. I thought Ryan might end up quitting because he wasn't going to be in shape.
Yeah. And but I heard somebody on there saying FSU was trash, man. That you need to get him some goggles and give him a whole new religion. Because FSU is where it's at, man.
Man, that brother.
Much love, brother. Have a good day, man.
Appreciate you, Walt. I thought about Walt this morning. That Walt was the first guy that I thought about when I thought about the show today. And I said, man, Walt has been saying this, man, for a while. He's been more deliberate in the way that I delivered. I think I've been more diplomatic in the way that I've been saying it. But he's benefited from favorable matchmaking. It is what it is, and we all know it. For whatever reason, people didn't want to accept the fact that he had been benefiting from this favorable matchmaking. So, you know, it is what it is. 442, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
Yo, what's up? What's up? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Yo, that was an upset. This dude, I'm with you. I didn't think he was gonna wash him, but I thought he would have gotten a W. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My parlay. And listen, you know what it is about this new generation?
What's that?
They're not fighting enough. Back in the 80s, back in the 90s, we could look at Tyson. There was a period of time Tyson was having a fight per month.
Yep.
Some of these guys, they under the lights 1 to 2 times per year. Now, I understand things may happen. At one point, Ryan was dealing with mental health issues, but to become a better fighter, right? Because, all right, I think back to my collegiate track and field career, right? Mm-hmm. There was a lot of time where my times was better in practice than it was at an actual track meet. And it dawned on me like, yo, I need to run more. I need to go to more track meets. That's just what it is. Like, these guys need to be under the lights more.
Right.
The good thing is these guys are still young. I think what are like 24, 25. They're still young. So they have time, especially Devin, you know, he has time to recuperate. Ryan has time to fine tune his skills, get better. And I think by the late 20s, these guys could both be problems. But listen, I think they just need to stay at 140. Don't even think about it's delusional to think that they could compete at 147. It's highly delusional. They need to stay at 140, probably get a strength and conditioning coach, Devin, I'm referring to, and Ryan needs to fine-tune his skills. But these guys need to fight more. Even at one point, I'm going to say Teofimo is actually one of my favorite fighters, and I might be biased because I'm from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. But even him, he doesn't fight enough. He has holes in his game. I think he's one of the best in the 135, 140 division, but he has holes in his game too. And if these dudes fought more, the competition, it would just be better entertainment. Like, let's be real. All the fights on that card was boring.
You ain't lying.
You know, but I appreciate what you're doing. I was a little sick last night. Like I said, messed up my parlay. This brother messed up my parlay. But but other than that, I wasn't expecting a 3. Actually, it was more than 3, if we're being honest.
Hell yeah, it was.
He had a parlay.
Absolutely.
That ref clearly had a parlay.
Facts. I had him getting dropped at least probably 2 to 3 more times. He got dropped at least 3 times in the 7th round.
Exactly. But the thing that's crazy, if we think about it, all Ryan has is that left hook.
But he was
Before
catching them.
actually landed a left hook in the first round. He threw it 2 times before.
Yep.
So to me, it's like, bro, like what happened? What happened to adjusting a game? Like, because usually he's really good on the defensive end, Devin, that is. So I'm thinking that his defense was going to be tight that night, and it was not.
His defense is
I don't
never
know what
tight.
was going on. Like, I'm not making excuses for him, but it was a people like, yeah, you know, he kept getting back up. Nah, after that second knockdown, I think I would have stayed down. I'm gonna keep it real with you, because it was just an embarrassing loss. It wasn't even like an admirable loss. It was an embarrassing loss.
He got beat up, man. He got beat up.
Yeah.
He didn't really do much of anything after that 7th round, to be honest with you.
And I mean, that's he couldn't. Nice. And the thing is, at this point, he's fought enough where he's an easy read now. You know, really, to break down his defense, you hit this dude with feints. You hit this guy with a ton of feints, you break down his defense. You take away his jab, where he was calling himself Superman in a pro grade fight. You take away his jab, that's his kryptonite. Any fighter that could take away his jab and close the distance, he'll look like the mere mortal, which he is.
Yep. No lies told, brother. No lies told.
But yo, I appreciate what you're doing. This is my first time tuning into your show, actually. So I appreciate what you're doing. I'm a boxing purist myself. I've been a fan since man, I was age 5. We're talking about when Tyson bit a piece of Holyfield's ear. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I've been a fan for a while, you know. But yeah, I really appreciate what you're doing. How do you think this Munguia and Canelo fight is gonna play out?
I think Canelo's gonna beat him, but I think Munguia got a puncher's chance. But Canelo has a solid chin, but you know, I don't see Munguia beating Canelo. I don't see it.
Nah, I agree. Same.
Yep.
All right, man. I appreciate what you're doing. I'm definitely gonna stay tuned.
Appreciate you, man, and always, man. Hey, you call in. We're gonna have differences. We're gonna agree sometime. We're gonna disagree, but that's the beauty of the sport, man, and that's what we welcome here on the channel. So appreciate you for calling in.
Exactly. Yes, sir. All right. Take care.
All right. Later. Oh, I think it's my dog.
Man, you already know.
What's going on, Tunnel?
Get out of there, Dad. Get out of there, Dad. Oh, my goodness. Look, man, I've been trolling everybody all day. But listen, salute to the chat, salute to the panel, salute to the Angry Man podcast. This is where you come when you angry, man. And I'm angry with you motherfucking Devin Haney fans. Because y'all sat here and y'all lied to me, bro. Y'all told me this nigga was Floyd. Y'all told me he was Floyd. Y'all told me he was better than Errol Spence, bro. Y'all niggas told me he was a version of Errol. All I'm going to say is don't ever disrespect Errol Spence like that again. And don't ever disrespect Bud Crawford like that again. Because Ryan Garcia is not Bud Crawford.
Facts.
And on their logic, that's what they're saying. That both of these respective parties were at the pinnacle of their career. This nigga came into the Barclays, bro, off of some weed and gas. He was high and drunk the night before. He came in there and he whooped y'all boy ass. And the crazy thing is there was so many holes, I didn't see a difference. In fact, this is the worst version than Tank Davis.
This is
the worst version
Facts.
of Ryan Garcia.
Absolutely.
Am I lying?
No, absolutely. That's facts.
You know? If Jason is there too, I know you hear me, bro. I know you shake your head like, yup. Because I ain't lying. You know what I mean? The world know. The world see what was going on. All them Devin Haney fans, everybody is gone. Like, it's a man, I'm not going to name drop, but it's a graveyard, if you get my drift. Mm-hmm. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear anything. It's whistles. It's crickets. There's nothing that... The only person that I've seen that's been talking about this shit is maybe Chance Side.
That's it. That's what I will say. And I pay attention to his content because he for other fighters, sometimes he drops shit that I don't know about. You know what I mean? Just like with you guys, I came across you guys' channel and y'all are dropping information I had no idea about, especially with the Spencer Crawford stuff. But outside of that, I don't see any of these people that were defending everything that Devin does. And the minute he stepped in there with someone that was equally or bigger than him and was more talented, minus the skill, more talented, more explosive, faster. Why would you try and shoot with a sniper and you don't have no firepower to strike back?
He's shooting with a 22.
You know?
Yep.
That boy's jaw is broken in like 4 different places. So I call here to get my grace. Stop dissing on my boy Tank, man. Because that's the 4th fighter that made these guys look regular. And he didn't even train as hard as he did for Tank. That goes to show you how much of Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia does not take serious, bro. He didn't train really at all. He just used talent to get him through the fucking fight and his wit to get him through the pressure and the promotion. So, you know, that's why I jumped up here, because I want to rub it in their face, because when Arrow lost, they rubbed it in my face. Fuck all of you guys. Right?
All good, man.
Fucking river. I'm drinking y'all tears right now. You know? Try some more. Wah. And one more thing. Get out of here, Dad. I'll see y'all later.
All right, man. Peace. Hey, man, this is the Angry Man Podcast, so it's definitely the correct place to come when you're angry, specifically when you're angry about the sport of boxing. Yeah, man. Dev, well, first of all, we got 222 people in the building, 182 in likes. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, smash the like button so that other people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media. We're always dropping boxing related content, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. What's going on?
Hey, well, I'm calling back because ain't nobody calling real quick, because I get some other stuff I want to say too.
Yeah.
Like, my whole thing with the Devin Haney thing, and it's like, Devin Haney fans got to understand this. They made this dude, they were, like you said, they were comparing him to Floyd. They were acting like, I watched on the AM podcast, not AM, Portaway podcast, the big brother who's with him, before the fight, the day before the fight, saying that after this, Devin should fight Boots because he thinks that'll be a great fight. One of the biggest fights in boxing. And I'm like, I was sitting there listening to them going, what are these dudes smoking?
Exactly. He get murdered. It'll be a public execution.
And now you're going to BF TV and all the dudes where BF ain't been nowhere near. Like dude said, who called after me, them dudes have been nowhere near the airways. Blue Blood at least went on, but he was making up excuses and deer in the headlight stuff. You know what I'm saying? But BF ain't, and they said he was at the fight. So, but here's the thing. Champside was saying stuff, but Champside got on first thing this morning coming from the airport. So that's one thing about Champside. If Champside picks somebody and they lose, he will come on and just take that. You know what I'm saying? But these other dudes who when you get on their stations, call you all these dumb MFs and all this stuff, as soon as you disagree with them on anything, all of them dudes will run up in the hills. All 7-8 Sports, all of them dudes are like even Dante's Rock the Nation and I key them dudes that were acting like Devin is the cream of the crop, putting up things like dudes are scared of him and all this stuff. Everybody's looking at that dude that has any kind of power as food. Because like you said, if they can punch because with Devin, all you got to do is punch when he's punching because he can't stop it and he has nothing coming back at you. I've been saying that for the longest. It's like you can't have a weak chin and be pillow-fisted in this game and have a long run. And he got to 30-0 with that. So you know that it was all matchmaking. Because if Loma had any kind of power, that fight doesn't go the distance. Now I'm going to let these other fools get on in and the Haynettes or whatever. And they were calling this dude Hanos like he was Thanos. Are you kidding me? That's what I'm saying. It made no sense. If anybody should have been calling Thanos, they should have called Tank that. Tank's like Thanos. It's like Tank is one of them dudes where you bring. It's like Tyson. You can't even take your eyes away.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's over that quick. And Ryan even has that kind of power. And like you said, a dude with medium skill, who they were calling a runway model and all these things, was smoking weed, drinking. Dude, as he was drinking a beer at the weight thing, and went in there and whooped his ass. Best sleep I ever had. Best sleep I ever had. All right, brother.
All right, man. Later. My Linda for life. I'm waiting for you to call in since you say I'm ducking you. My Linda for life. You are on deck. Nah, man. You know, Devin. Oh, this isn't my Linda for life. Oh, yeah, it is. Hold on. Jerry Soriano, my friend.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Happy Sunday, my friends.
What's going on?
Jerry Soriano, your lender for life. I am puzzled how some people can call 2, 3, 4 times and others can't get in one time.
What are you talking about? You in?
You have a screener.
No.
I'm convinced Jason's back there blocking my calls, but that's another topic for another show.
No.
Man, do we have some catching up to do, my friend Greg.
What's up?
Because I think you've had quite a week, quite a 10-day of just absolute drama. Now, we can get to last night's action, but we also need to address some of the things that you have said you doubt very highly.
What's
like
that?
You doubt very highly that Crawford would be in Saudi. You don't know why Shakur doesn't have that same energy for your boy Tanky Tank. And then, of course, we have what transpired last night. Pick your poison, my friend. Pick your poison.
I'm gonna let you go, Jerry.
Because,
I mean, you calling?
Well, let's chat about last night. You know, I had my take on it, and we still are waiting on what's really going to matter, which is the numbers.
Okay.
I heard you and Jason earlier, he-heeing, ha-han, about you don't know how that fight did. Hey, I just want to see, because we may be listening and hearing some different whispers. My whispers are that fight is going to come in at $1 million plus. But, you know, let's just ride the wave and pretend like it's not going to do as good as your boy Tanky Tank.
I hadn't heard any numbers.
Well, we haven't. I've heard some things that it did well. And I think what ultimately is going to come back from. Let me get serious for a second. You go. I personally have never been a huge Haney fan as far as his style and this, that, and the other. What I was a fan of the way Haney promoted his son.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
the fact that Haney, the fighter, carried himself well, spoke eloquently in front of the camera, stayed out of trouble, was not out drunk, getting arrested, and we can go on and on and on. He's essentially a good kid.
Yep.
And nobody dislikes Devin Haney for Devin Haney. They dislike Devin Haney because they don't like his dad. Let's be honest. Devin Haney's a good kid.
I agree.
But here's what I will say about Devin Haney. Because, it's, he's going to take his lumps today. But at least the kid is out there trying to be great. At least he's not hiding from challenges. At least he's not making excuses not to make the big fights. So what I tell the people is this. Yes, he's going to take his lumps. Deservedly so, because his dad's out there doing a lot of talking. But the way that fight unraveled last night was the same way that the fight unraveled on July 29th, 2023. Because just like Haney wasn't used to getting his block knocked off, Spence wasn't either. And when Spence got put down in the second round, he was not the same thereafter. Haney was not either. You never saw a jab. And I heard you hee-hawing about Haney not being a defensive fighter. He's a very good defensive fighter. He just got his head, he got his block knocked off. He was not there. He couldn't even throw a jab, Greg. I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, he looked like Spence looked from round 2 on. Just coming in after him, just throwing punches, looking off balance sometimes. You know, just doing things that you were not used to seeing.
That's because he had somebody that can punch in front of him.
Well, look, Ryan Garcia has always had power. Ryan Garcia has always had very quick hands. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how bad his feet were until he faced Tank Davis. I'll be very honest with you. I had him beating Tank because of his jab, because of his length, because of his power, because of his hand speed. Mm-hmm. Now, for those that are saying that Tank Davis did not put Ryan Garcia at a disadvantage, I hear some of the callers talking about that's a narrative. A narrative is when us fans create it. A narrative is when a YouTube channel creates excuses for the fighter. But when the fighter says it out of his own damn mouth, that's no longer a narrative. Ryan Garcia is on record saying that he was dehydrated, had blisters in his tongue, and knew walking in that he was going to lose that fight. So, listen, what Tank Davis looks like today is a smart guy. Because he does not want part of a fully hydrated Ryan Garcia. So, for us that are thinking you're going to see a Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis rematch, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see a Devin Haney, Tank Davis fight either. Your boy Tanky Tank is in a very precarious situation because he's a small guy. He can only go to 135. But I bet he'll go to 140 to fight Pitbull Cruz. That I bet he will do, Greg. But let's just say he doesn't venture up to 130, past 135. Who is he going to fight?
Tank.
Who is Tank Davis going to fight?
He'll fight Devin.
He will absolutely not fight Devin.
Of course he will. Devin ain't got no power.
Greg, let's get into a discussion about Tank, because I wanted to talk about last night, but we got so many different topics to talk about. And I ain't going to make a long-winded conversation, but I do want a little dialogue with you.
Okay.
Your boy Tanky Tank is on Twitter right now.
Uh-huh.
And this is going to be a strange topic for you, because you're going to have to show where your alliance really lies.
It's
your
with
boy
Tank.
Tanky Tank has been on Twitter. He's been on fire this week. I don't know what he's been trying to do. But he's on Twitter saying that his career took off after he separated from Mayweather. He says Al Heyman told Mayweather to step aside. And now he feels liberated and his career has taken off. How do you feel about that, Greg?
I don't feel any kind of way about it. I mean, that's his opinion.
Really? So you don't feel that Tank Davis isn't in the position he is today because Mayweather took him under his wing? When Mayweather brought Tank Davis out, nobody knew who Tank Davis was. He was already 10 fights into his career. 10 fights in. But this is who you guys want to support. But I'm curious, because what I wanted to talk to you about last night was our boy Derek James.
What about him?
Because I think Derek James, and I had mentioned this the last time you and I spoke, Derrick James has an opportunity to totally erase and eradicate what happened to him last year. Between the Spence and the Jermell Charlo fiasco.
Okay.
He has one big fight out of the way. And what the difference was between Ryan Garcia last night and the Ryan Garcia that fought Tank Davis, not only was he not weight trained, not only was he not dehydrated, but he was also throwing his punches in combinations. And for that, I will give Derrick James credit. But here's the big X factor. Because coming in June, guess who else is on deck? Frank Martin, led by Derrick James, and now King Ryan Garcia. Because if you don't know, Ryan Garcia and Frank Martin are good friends. So now, Tanky Tank's going to face a Frank Martin with a battery supercharged pack on his back. And now Tanky Tank been doing all that talk on Twitter. God forbid that dude lose. God forbid Tank Davis loses in June. Because we're going to see what he's really all about, my friend. And we're going to see what you guys are really all about. Are you simply fans of man, or are we fans of the sport? And I'll leave you with this mass message. I was expecting for you to be a little bit more engaged. But I'll let you, I know you got a man to chat, which is usually Jason's forte.
Yeah.
Handling the girls in the chat room. But it's curious to me that the PBC, the P. Diddy Boxing Committee, who at one point was supposed to be the powerhouse in boxing, is rated number 4 out of all the promotional companies in boxing. Matchroom being number 1. Behind Top Rank, PBC is one up from Golden Boy, which is only fair because, they stole all their fighters. So my question is, we go from you're fighting on an app to now meeting with Turkey Al-Sheikh, Greg. Because if there's one man that can get Al Heyman out of debt, almost $1 billion, it's Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Okay.
So I'm going to hang up and listen to what you got to say about that. Because guess who's on the other line giving Al Heyman these ideas to try to get him out of his financial issues, which has been keeping the PBC on the wraps. It's Turkey Al-Sheikh. That's Saudi money that everybody's been running from that supports the PBC. Because, all money ain't good money, right? The chickens have come home to roost, my friends. This is Jerry Soriano, your lender for life. Let him look.
That is Jerry Soriano, my friend, my lender for life. So Jerry, in regards to PBC and being ranked, whatever, I have absolutely no idea who did those rankings and what methodology did they use in order to determine the net worth of each one of those businesses or entities. So I really don't have a comment on it because they could have extrapolated that information in any kind of way that didn't even make any sense. So I have no comment on it, to be quite honest with you. What else did you mention? You mentioned something about Gervonta Davis. What did you say? I'm trying to remember what you said about Gervonta Davis. You mentioned Devin Haney having good defense. That's false. Haney has never had good defense. The issue that he had last night was that he had a guy in front of him that could reach him with power. And that's the reason why he didn't look like he normally looks. He looks spectacular defensively when he's in there with a guy that's much smaller than him. He can simply take a step back or hide behind his jab because he can just use that to create distance. He looks like he has amazing defense. But when he's actually in there with a guy that can reach him from range, that's what you get. So I don't think your perspective on that is correct whatsoever. Gervonta Davis, man, you got this real big hang up on with Tank. There's a lot of Tank haters that are out there. I understand. If you hate Tank, you hate him, and it is what it is. I don't. I think Tank is the number one fighter, and I think his resume is aging like fine wine, because you can say all you want to that Ryan Garcia was as drained as you want to, but Ryan Garcia was pressing the action when he got knocked out against Gervonta Davis, literally pressing the action, and then got caught with a body shot in between throwing punches and got dropped. He was not tired. So you can say he was drained. You can say he was dehydrated, but trust me when I tell you, because I'm a brother that's actually been dehydrated before. You ain't boxing 7 rounds and you're dehydrated. Perfectly plausible excuse for losing. That's all that was. A perfectly plausible excuse for losing. They were already talking about weight and rehydration before they even got into training. They knew they were going to make that as the excuse if he lost. And you start talking about Ryan Garcia and talking about he had blisters in his mouth and all that other stuff. Fighters create narratives all the time. As a matter of fact, a fighter is more incentivized to have a narrative out there than anyone else, because a fighter needs the narrative out there to counteract what is already out there. So if a fighter has been deemed a quitter, then he wants a narrative out there saying that he's dehydrated in order to offset or counteract that narrative that he quit, or the appearance that he quit, because it wasn't a narrative. He quit. So when people start talking about what a fighter said, I don't give a F what a fighter said, because more than likely the fighter is saying it to protect his image. It's worse coming from the fighter than it would be from an actual content creator, unless the content creator, of course, is paid, which we know a lot of these content creators are. So that's my response to you, Jerry. But you are still my lender for life. And certainly I appreciate every time you call in. I'm opening back the phone line so that I can Big Supreme said I loved tomfoolery. I actually rather enjoy hearing what Jerry has to say. Sometimes I agree with it, sometimes I don't. A lot of times I don't. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Tunnel Vision $5. Spence was facing the number one pound for pound fighter in the world as an underdog. Devin was facing an 11-1 underdog coming off of a loss, comparing apples to rocks. That's facts. You were trying to compare Jerry Spence to Crawford and Devin to a guy that literally came off of a weed and Hennessy binge, walked right out of the club and into the locker room, changed it to his gear, walked out there and beat Devin Haney's ass, and then went back to the locker room and smoked the biggest blunt I've ever seen in my life. That, my friend, is a lack of Devin Haney's skill set, and he needs to improve. And Bill is actually trying to spin it now and saying that, oh, we know he was just faking. No, Ryan wasn't faking. Ryan did everything he said he did. He wasn't faking. Ryan didn't fake not one thing. He did everything he said he did. You guys are allowing him to make that up, but he did it all. 214, you're in the building with the Angry Man Podcast.
Man, you already know.
What's going on, fam?
It's inevitable. It's D Block, D Town, D City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Fast!
What's going on, fam?
Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Don't you love the suspense of boxing? Don't you love when you go in there, you don't know what's going to happen?
Facts.
We all got numbers behind them. We all say this and that. Taper the measure. The guy got 2 inches on you on reach, but it don't show the heart that you got inside of you, like King Rye showed last night. Everybody doubted him. I didn't doubt him. I've been riding with him for a long ass time. And that piece of shit of a Tank Davis done fucked him over a year ago. And redemption came back. And I'm telling you, there's a reason why Tank Davis did that shit. Because he knew his ass was going to get knocked out too. It's facts. It's facts. And now it's even more facts of what happened last night. I got nothing but respect for my youngin', Devin Haney. I ain't got nothing wrong to tell about him. He's a professional. He went in the fight.
At the end of the day, the better man won. Game 7, set squared. It's over. And there ain't no rematch. We don't need a rematch. It's over. Game 7. You never go back.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. And you know, all these Tank people are so happy that Devin Haney is down on the ground, and they're looking at him saying, you see, you thought you could be like me, but you can't be like me. But guess what? You can't be like Rair. Your ass can't do shit about it. Now, you can't give no rehydration clauses and all that, this and that. It ain't going to happen again. The only way Tank Davis to make more money out of his own career is with Ryan Garcia. That's facts. You can't get money like that no more. Frank Martin ain't going to give you that money. And I want to see how much money you're going to make in this next fight. You ain't about to hit no 10 M's, I'll tell you that. Maybe they probably give you $5 million or $7 million, plus the pay-per-view, which let's just say, let's hope it does something. What you got to say with that?
Well, I see it differently. I mean, well, I don't know what Tank is going to sell. I think he's going to sell well with Frank Martin. But
what's the numbers? What's the numbers you coming with?
I think he's probably going to do with Frank. I think he's probably going to hit about 500.
500,000 pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, 5 to 6.
You get 5 now? Oh, 6 now. 6.
No, 5 to 6, somewhere in that range.
I give it estimate maybe 275,000, maybe 325,000. I'll give it that.
You think so?
That's his baseline. That's his baseline. You know, everybody said this fight wasn't going to sell out. It sold out. Everybody said there was no hype for this fight. I just went out last night and it was stacked. The line was stacked outside where I was at, and you can see that shit. I'm gonna post it on Twitter because I'm a tweet. You know what I mean? I'm on my Twitter all day. You know what I mean? That's my zone. That's war zone right there. And you know, I'm telling you, this pay-per-view, it did good numbers. It did great numbers. People ain't gonna believe it till they see it, and we gotta wait to see this. The numbers coming out.
We got to see it. It might, if it did, it did. That's great for boxing. I don't know why people think that I would be upset if it did well. That's always good for boxing.
Oh yeah, you gotta love it. But we gotta stop this narrative of Tank Davis is the face of boxing, this and that. It took Ryan Garcia for him to be in there, and now I know. Now I definitely know that Tank Davis ain't gonna want no rematch for nothing. And Ryan Garcia, he's not gonna step aside for nothing. He ain't gonna do no clauses, no this and that. Tank Davis days with anybody else, excluding Frank Martin. Ain't nobody gonna want to fight him with those clauses anymore. Because now they know that they're not gonna give him an advantage at all. Let him keep on fighting these bum ass fighters at the end of the day. Let Tank Davis try to make money like he did with Ryan Garcia. He ain't gonna make money like that. Do you see anybody like Teofimo Lopez, even Matias with Matchroom? Now he got a backing of a real promoter. Do you think anybody's going to submit to Tank Davis? I don't think so. It's over.
To a rehydration clause? Maybe not, but to everything else, yes.
All that. Nobody's going to do that no more with Tank Davis, no matter what. At the end of the day, they got promoters. Everybody got promoters. They got good promoters. ESPN, Top Rank with Teofimo Lopez. No matter what they say, he can't make no money without Tank. Well, let me see if Tank can make other people money, excluding Frank Martin. I don't even know how much of a big payday Frank Martin is going to make. You think he's going to make $1 million pay-per-views? I mean, I'm saying, you think he's going to make $1 million with Tank Davis?
Do I think Frank's going to make $1 million with Tank? More than likely, yeah. Yeah, I do.
More than likely. Okay. You know, I love it. I need it. I want it. And I can't wait for Frank Martin. This year's been the year of the upsets. And I can't wait for the Ghost to go in there and knock that piece of shit out. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Facts!
What's going on, fam? You on with the Angry Man podcast?
Hey, what's going on? This Too Rich from Sports Side, man.
What's going on with you, fam?
I know you might see me up under some of your videos trolling a little bit. You know what I mean?
All good, fam.
Yeah, no doubt. No, congratulations on the show, and I'm watching the grind. But I got two things to say. See, this is what I'm talking about with all the politicking Now all these black fighters, Tank, Shakur, Devin, everybody politicking, everybody got a reason why the fight can't happen or it's not a big enough fight and Devin's too heavy and all this. And Ryan Garcia shows you, and Golden Boy. I'm gonna give Golden Boy credit. They putting these fighters at risk. You see what I mean? And look what happened when you dare to be great, when you don't let the politics get involved, worried about the numbers and all this. It's going to end up being a decent fight, however it does. But my point is, Ryan Garcia gained more by taking this fight, winning this fight. Now, he has a legacy fight under his belt. He has a legacy. This should have been Tank's legacy fight. You see what I mean? But all the politics, not Tank. We know Tank a fighter. I'm not talking about Tank. Just talking about the politics. And I think we let Ryan Garcia come steal the show. He steal the show. It's up from here from Ryan Garcia. And, I just hate that, that should have went a different way, personally. If Devin got all the holes y'all say he had, that fight should have been made with Tank and Devin or Shakur and Devin. But now Ryan Garcia comes steal the show. You see what I mean?
No, I see what you're saying. If you tell me if I'm thinking about what you're saying correctly, but it sounds like you're saying that you would have rather Tank got the opportunity to have that glory because he would have done the same thing. So
exactly.
Yeah. No,
and
I
I know Tank a fighter. I don't think Tank's scared of Devin. These fighters are fighters, but the politics, the politics.
Yeah.
But as far as the fight concerned, this was just a bad style matchup. Devin Haney fought like he normally fight, but with those shorter fighters, when he take that step back, they can't reach him.
Yep.
Ryan Garcia could reach him. Could reach him. He had that one hitter quitter. He was a one-trick pony, and that one-trick worked. We got to give him the credit. I give Golden Boy the credit, for taking the fight, making it happen. And it was a big fight, and it's good for boxing. And Ryan Garcia is a live dog. And I think Ryan Garcia should go for the boots fight. Whether he wins or not, take that momentum into the next big fight. Devin Haney beat Prograde, but he didn't take the momentum. He should have took the momentum into a Sabria's or a unification bout rather than try to chase this money. Because Murphy's Law say what can go wrong, what can go wrong will go wrong, and that's what happened. They try to be the face of boxing. We knew that wasn't going to happen. Right. But you took a fight that I knew that was janky at best. It was a janky fight.
Yeah, no, I feel that Ryan was a money grab and it was a cherry gone wrong. I think they felt that Ryan really was only just one punch. They thought that Devin was better than what they thought he was, and that he could just take it away, and that he was on the same level as Tank them. Because I've said this. I think Shakur and Tank are on two different levels than Devin. And I think Shakur actually has some gaps in his game too, because he doesn't. I think Shakur, well, they all got gaps in their game. Let me be fair. They all got gaps in their game. But Shakur has a very, he just has a style where it's a lot of pot shot and kind of movement, and it's missing some substance. So I would not be shocked if I want to see what happens with him when he has to get into a ring with a puncher and a puncher with a name. A puncher with a name, somebody that he just can't run from all fight long, and they'll just give him the fight. Like somebody that if you just keep running, that the judges are not going to look favorable on it. Yeah.
And, I did a breakdown on my TikTok about the Garcia and Tank fight. And when I noticed when Ryan Garcia was throwing that left hook, see, Tank was shorter, and he was able to get up under that left hook. He was able to, and I said, Devin, when he ducks, he's going to be in the path of that left hook, because he's taller, and he just couldn't get low enough. And this is about Devin having that dog in him. I didn't want to believe it. I was a Devin fan, but he showed he had Garcia hurt, and he did not have a dog in him. He did the same thing with Prograde. You had him hurt, and you didn't have a dog enough in you to finish. Crawford got the dog in him. That's the difference. Crawford got the way he see you hurt, he's going to at least attack. You make a counter punch him and catch him because Crawford's been rocked before, but he's going to, you at some point, discipline got to go out the door. When you want to be a knockout puncher, you want to be a killer. When you got your man hurt, you got to finish him. And I just think, he showed Devin just don't got that dog, man. He don't got that dog. He need to get a new trainer right now. Get an offensive trainer And I don't know where he go from here. I really don't.
He's in a rock. He's between a rock and a hard place, dog. Like, they got to match him correctly. Yeah. Like, there's been some really good matchmaking with Devin Haney. I'm telling you, they're gonna move him towards Sandor Martin next, a light puncher that not gonna threaten him too much, and then they'll try to figure out what their next move is after that, right? But they're gonna continue to move him in a way where they're not gonna put him in the ring. Like, Bill knows that he's been exposed. Like, Bill knows he's been exposed, right? So I feel like Ryan was a cherry going wrong. Ryan had all these different flaws in his technique and everything that he was doing, so forth and so on. But Ryan was such a big payday. They thought to themselves, we can come in here and get a big payday, beat the same dude that Tank beat, claim that, he wasn't dehydrated when I beat him, and then and move forward. And in reality, what ended up happening was he got his ass whooped.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. It's boxing, baby. But and I give you flowers. Y'all was right. I heard y'all say these things about Haney. And I didn't want to believe it. So I give you flowers on that. And keep up with the grind. That's all I got, man.
I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling.
All right.
Peace. 704, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, brother? This is 47. How you feeling, brother?
Doing good, man. And you?
All right, man. Great show, man, like y'all always do with your professionalism, man. I'm glad y'all still rocking.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I was just calling. Really, I was rebuttaling the last caller that called. Not the last caller, the one guy. I guess he be calling. He's a regular. He talks a lot of good stuff. What I would say about that fight, really, it got me a little with this Tank thing. These guys are welterweights. First of all,
yeah, facts.
They're welterweights, and Tank, if you want to be honest, he could fight at 130.
Yep.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is they come in 20 pounds heavier, just like Garcia came in 3 pounds over to have an advantage over Haney. That's some of the same trickery he would have tried to do against Haney. And they just cut him short on that. And they still gave him 10 pounds to rehydrate. And another thing is, he was supposed to fight him at 135. So this is a pattern because he was supposed to fight Haney at 140, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So only thing they did was just out-trick him with his own mess. Another thing is kind of distasteful because Tank beat him with skills when he fought Ryan. He beat Ryan with skills. Ryan beat Haney with skills because it was a matchup nightmare. He had too much power. Haney couldn't keep him off of him. Mm-hmm. And he never recovered after that first knockdown. Probably had him scared the whole fight. So and another thing is, and I don't want to get into the sales and stuff, but I mean, that fight didn't go. Did they even sell 500 pay-per-views yesterday?
I don't know what they sold. I haven't heard anything about how well the pay-per-view is done. I mean, it's really too soon to really know that. You don't start hearing stuff usually, like, from my experience, we don't start hearing stuff till like Tuesday. So I think it's too early to say how the pay-per-view buys did. My lender for life said it was a sellout. It wasn't. The Barclays for boxing holds 16,000. I think they got to like 14,000 in attendance, and we don't know how many of those tickets were given out instead of sold. So it was not a sellout as he claimed. So we'll see what the pay-per-view buys did. I always had it coming in maybe like around 300, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right. But ultimately, I'm going to fall back. I do think I did want Devin to lose. I bet it on Ryan. I didn't bet enough, though. But I took Ryan. I did thought that because it was just better on the odds, I did think Devin was probably going to pull it off. I wanted him to lose, too. But I'm going to be honest, by him being a brother like that, I didn't like seeing him get beat like that. It kind of like let him like down. Because he does got heart, and he's he'd rather not these picking, this little matchup, little picking they're doing. I mean, to fight Loma, to fight Regis, and then turn around and fight Ryan back to back like that. You have to respect that. All means necessary.
I respect it. I respect it.
But I definitely appreciate you guys letting me come on and top it up with you guys, and y'all have a nice night.
All right, man. Peace. 678, you in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's going on with you, fam?
What's up, man? This is AP from the Rundown. I listen to your podcast. Congratulations on your podcast.
Appreciate you, man. You in the A?
Yeah, I'm in the A.
Yeah, I'm in the A too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was listening. I think it was like 2 callers ago. They were talking about how Tank's too small.
Yep.
And it kind of throws me off because you got Floyd Pacquiao to be great that was small, and everybody's trying to push him not to go up in weight. It doesn't make sense. If you're trying to be great, you have to take risks.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why callers are just and fans are just saying that they don't want Tank to be great to go up in weight just to test his skills. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think the thing about it. Let me speak on that. I think with Floyd was like 5'8" or something like that. So Floyd had, Floyd's a little bit taller, rangier than so he could kind of grow into a 140, 147. Tank is small, man. Like Tank is a small guy for 135. Like he could probably get down to 130. That's all people are saying. So like for instance, if Tank goes up to 140, he's already a small 135 pounder. And on fight night, he weighs in at, let's say, 142 or something. And Devin comes in and he's at 168. He's at a big disadvantage. Like one guy's like a small welterweight, and the other guy is like a super middleweight. So that's all they're talking about. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, you see Floyd. He fought, when he fought Oscar, when he fought Canelo, he was still a smaller fighter. He just had more skill.
I agree.
And then another thing is, my second thing is that Boots. Like Ryan wants to fight Boots, and I see that people in the chat trying to joke around about it. But let these fighters fight and find out. Like Boots get eyes if he fight Ryan and beat. I feel like Boots would beat Ryan, but let him get these eyes and find out. Because we always say the best needs to fight the best. But then when we have people calling out fighters, we have politics. Oh, he don't make enough money. He's not the eyes. Like, come on now, just let him fight. And let's see what happens. Because that's why we had this problem with Tank. We had this problem with Shakur. We had this problem with even Bud trying to get good fights because everybody wants to be a manager. And just let them fight. If you want to fight Boots at 147, hey.
It'll make money.
I feel like Boots going to win.
It'll make money.
That's what I feel.
No, I'm saying it'll make money. You're right. If he wants to fight him. But I just think he gets cooked.
Me too. I feel like he gets cooked and let Boots and then Boots will have some eyes on him because he's young, hungry lion. Let him win. Like I just feel like Boots needs some recognition, and somebody needs to give him a chance to get some eyes on him. So I just feel, let that fight happen. Boots gonna sell some pay-per-view. Have some he has some leverage after that. So, but that's all I wanted to say. I just saw everybody on this podcast trying to be managers. Not everybody in the comments trying to be managers, talking about people don't make money. But let these fighters have these fight anybody mentality, like Devin and Ryan. They fight anybody. It doesn't matter what it was. So I just feel like we have to go back to old school. Don't talk about the numbers. Just fight.
Yep, that makes sense. I understand. That makes sense. Anything else you want to share, fam?
No, that's all, man. But thank you for having me on.
Oh, no problem at all, man. Peace.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we are right at the 2-hour mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one. I'm closing down the phone line. But I do appreciate everybody that called in today and everybody that supported the channel. So I do want to give shouts out to the people that supported the channel. Andre Noble, $2. Tunnel Vision, $2. LL Music, $4.99. Tunnel Vision, $5. Watch for the Hood, $2. Captain DGAF, $10. Let's see, Jay, $4.99. Appreciate you, Jay. Cordell, $1.99. David H, $1.99. Tunnel Vision, $5. Appreciate y'all for contributing to the channel. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, please smash the like button so everybody can find this content. And yeah, more content to come this week. Definitely, I got a specific fight on my mind that I think would make amazing dollars, and we're gonna drop that video tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see, what else do we have? Appreciate everybody for the love on the show, saying it was a great show. Thank you guys. Jason wasn't able to make it today. He is actually traveling. They getting ready to do some things, some big things, he and his wife. So he tried to tap in, but he had some struggles with the internet. But yeah, man, I'm about to go up here and have some dinner with the fam, and I will catch you folks later. Until smash the like button, my peopleization. All right, man. Peace.